The county of Gloucestershire in England is famous for its beauty and for its local sport. They also have a famous sauce that's sold around the world. Oh, sorry, that's in Worcestershire. Your fault, England. Try giving normal names to things, okay? Anyway, in Gloucestershire they have the Gloucester cheese, famous for its deliciousness. It's so delicious that it's chased by hordes of people down a hill. This local tradition is believed to be more than 600 years old, and since that time people have been running down a long grass slope chasing a rolling Gloucester cheese during an annual event which is called cheese rolling. A sophisticated name for a sophisticated sport. The hill is so steep that contenders will start to trip, roll, and often subsequently hurt themselves because of a thing called gravity. The fastest contender without any bone fracture grabs the cheese down the hill and can crawl back home as a winner. The best thing would be to take a shower first, since you probably smell worse than the cheese you just won. One might say boxing is an extreme sport. Probably another would say MMA more so. But at least those sports happen in a fighting ring. This is not the case with phone booth fighting, where two guys fight it out in, yep, you guessed it, a phone booth. You can forget about dodging your opponent by taking a few steps back, nor screaming for the referee to end the fight. Before the fight starts, the two boxers begin with their backs against each other. When the bell or phone rings, it's absolute mayhem in a very confined space in a very short amount of time. Because none of the fighters have a better place to go to, it usually doesn't take long before someone has a very bad day. Despite the dangers of a good old phone booth fight, there actually is a positive element to all this. Whether you need the referee to end the fight or you are in dire need of serious medical attention, you are in the perfect place to make a quick phone call. Welcome to the world of competitive hot chili consumers. This practice has got loads of people all hot and thirsty on the internet for years already. But there are also competitions where daredevils gather to feast on a delicious Scoville-rich menu of peppers. In most cases, this sport is more of a delight for the spectators than it is for the participants. As more and more people start to make weird faces while entering a world of pain. The side effects of eating the world's hottest peppers are no silly joke. Peppers like the Carolina Reaper can cause great overstimulation of the nerves. Basically, your nerves are telling your brain that Satan is deep-throating his flaming trident down your throat, and he politely asks you to just swallow. In some cases, people experienced an increased heart rate, dizziness, or hyperventilation. Some poor bastards even went into anaphylactic shock or got their stomachs looking like the Earth's fucking core. As you can imagine by now, this culinary highway to hell is not for the faint-hearted. Literally. Building a human tower is a well-known activity around the world. Until Japan discovered a way of how to add a destructive touch to it all. A Japanese habit to be well-known throughout history. With this sport, two giant teams of up to 75 players each fight around a 10-meter-high pole. The defending guys frantically try to keep their poles straight up, which is a weird sentence, I do realise. Anyway, the attacking team on the other side will charge towards the defending team to bring their poles closer to the ground. In this case, closer means 30 degrees for all you I need a number geeks. Pulling, kicking, wrestling, it's all allowed, which often results in injuries of different types. Higher up on the human pyramid, the danger of falling and breaking a few bones becomes yet another risk. And if you do fall down and hurt yourself, you might find yourself being crushed by, well, the other 149 players who are now climbing on top of you, World War Z style. Formula One is a dangerous sport, or otherwise NASCAR. Oh boy, you have seen nothing yet. Have you ever heard of Group B Rally? Well, Group B Rally was a set of regulations for grand touring for sports car racing and rallying starting in 1982. Group B Rally is an answer to the question, can you replace the steel guardrail on a track with one made of humans and still have a race? Combine a yes answer to that question with a new generation of ultra-fast and super-powerful rally cars, and you get yourself a real-life Carmageddon event, with still a bit of racing involved, of course. Despite numerous accidents, with spectators being fractured in a split second, or being split in a fracture of a second, the sport continued to exist for more than a decade. Ultimately, the sport was considered too dangerous, and Group B Rally reached its own finish line in 1993. If you want to run a marathon but you lack confidence, then this sport is made for you. Welcome to Beer Mile, where the title of the game pretty much explains the whole game. Before you start running, you must finish a delicious cold can of beer, after which you can start your lap of 400 meters. This process is repeated 3 more times, as you can see. It is not a sophisticated sport by any standard, but you probably saw that coming when I told you beer was involved. But don't make the mistake you can just do whatever you want. For example, you are not allowed to vomit, so a good balance between running speed and drinking speed is crucial. I guess Shia LaBeouf and Justin Bieber found this one out the hard way. But in their defense, who didn't in Hollywood? For sure, I don't have to explain to you what is unhealthy about this sport, and if you really want to know, just rewatch the video and pay attention this time. Thanks a lot. Is it just me, or does Pock to Pock sound like a fun game to play? Then wait until I tell you that playing this old Maya game could result in the sacrifice of its participants. Sounds less like fun now, doesn't it? Or actually it sounds like more fun, to be honest. The objective of the game was to keep a heavy rubble ball in play by hitting it with your hips, forearms, and sometimes with rackets or bats. And an instant win was guaranteed when the ball was played through a hoop on the wall. In order not to be sacrificed, players might be very motivated to play a good game and win. Well, though luck, because the Mayas sometimes sacrifice the winners of the game to honor their victory, to which the winning team might say, "Fuck that shit, I'd rather have the silver medal and go home." There were many different variants of the game, and sometimes captives were forced to play. In many cases, they were sacrificed whether they lost or won, which is a bit cruel and not very motivating to play ball, not in the literal nor figural sense. Yes, weird bunch of people, those Mayans. No, we are not talking about bull riding. This is bull running, which is different, with people being in front of a bull instead of on it. A minor detail. During the San Fermin festival in the Spanish city of Pamplona, a group of frantic bulls is set loose to chase a large group of thrill-seeking people through the narrow streets of the city centre. You can probably guess where this is going, since it's always a matter of time before the slowest individuals run out of breath, time, or any new ideas. When that happens, these unlucky participants are literally being bulldozed, which often results in some unpleasant physical altercations with that same group of bulls. Due to the risks and dangers of bull running, there is much debate going on about continuing this cultural event, but because this sport still appears very popular, it's unlikely it will steer away from its traditions anytime soon.